Now doctor, there are various tests of significance. मैं जरा हर एक क्वेश्चन के ऊपर some extra important points रिवाइज करता हूँ, इसलिए थोड़ा स्लो चलते हैं हम. But this is more than enough as a good theory revision. Parametric, non-parametric. Parametric means typically you know normal distribution curve. What is that normal distribution curve? Bell-shaped curve which has a mean equal to median equal to mode. All the three will be equal. That is a bell-shaped curve, right? That is normal distribution. Parametric tests are data is assumed to be normally distributed. But if the data is something like this, or if the data is something like this, then it is not normally distributed. Or if the data is skewed like this, so that is non-parametric data. Now, whenever parametric tests are used, that is in a data which is assumed to be normally distributed, what are the tests of significance which are used? If it is a qualitative data, qualitative का दूसरा नाम है discrete, quantitative का दूसरा नाम है continuous. You use two tests to check the difference. If it is qualitative data, the two tests are both the tests are Z test and chi-square test. If it is a quantitative data like weight, age, continuous variables, then you use unpaired t-test, paired t-test. If there are multiple groups, then you will be using ANOVA. This is the point you need to fundamentally appreciate. Now, 3-4 words about chi-square. Chi-square test is an important test of significance. Who developed it? Carl Pearson. You studied a lot about chi-square test. Ultimately, examiner will ask you, कौन बनेगा करोड़पति के जैसे, कौन बनेगा PG पति क्वेश्चन? Who discovered chi-square? Ching Chang Chung? No. नाम है चाइना वाला chi-square, but it is discovered by Carl Pearson. What is chi-square test? Chi-square test is a non-parametric test, not based on the assumption that it is a normal distribution of the data. Now, in general, what is chi-square test is basically testing. It is testing the differences between what is the observed and what is expected according to a given hypothesis, the proportion which you have expected. You expected because lung cancer is very high in this given population, you expected maybe this population smokers who said yes to smoking habit should be high. That is your expectation. But you have observed paradoxically that in this population, the people who said yes, proportion of the people who said yes to smoking is not high as you expected. Why? What is the reason? That means though the lung cancer is very high, still people can be, the non-smokers, can they be high proportionately? Possible, because adenocarcinoma has no association with smoking. Squamous cell carcinoma has an association with smoking. So that is the reason, doctor, you are trying to check whether there is any difference between expected and observed. Expected and observed proportion of yes and no for a given discrete variable between two populations using the chi-square test. So in summary, you can remember qualitative data, quantitative data, quantitative, qualitative data, where the number is more than 30. It's a large sample. You have to take 1 to 2 samples and you need to do Z test. Z test is the counterpart of chi-square. It is also used for qualitative, yes or no kind of discrete variable only. You are comparing proportions only. But large population, then Z test. Otherwise, chi-square test. If it is less than 30. Quantitative data, whenever it is there, if it is one sample t-test, 2 samples, unpaired t-test or paired t-test, more than 2 samples, then you will be doing ANOVA is what you have to remember. Barabar? Very easy, doctor. Biostatistics is easy to conquer. Jara 5-6 formulas रहते 4-5 जरा अंग्रेजी में गड़बड़ confusing terminologies रहते बस once you are done, right? So now doctor, a study has been undertaken to know the effect of, keep punching the answers. A study was undertaken to know the effect of a drug in lowering the serum cholesterol levels. 15 obese women, 10 non-obese women, they formed 2 limbs of the study. 15 obese, 10 non-obese. Which is the best test? What are you trying to do? You are trying to assess the effect of a drug in lowering the serum cholesterol levels. To compare these two. So you are comparing what? You are comparing cholesterol. Cholesterol, discrete or continuous? Continuous variable. Continuous variable ko mean value रहता है. And you are only comparing 2 groups of people. So you can still use p-test. If there would have been many groups, right? Like 15 obese Gujarati women, 15 obese Telangana women, 15 obese Kerala women, 10 non-obese Kerala women, multiple groups, then ANOVA test. That's the point. If you want to know the difference in heights of school children, height is continuous or discrete? Continuous. Mean value hota ya nahi? Hota. So that is the reason we have to use. But here, heights of school children, school mein kitne classes रहता? Class 1, class 2, class 3, within that A section, B section, C section, multiple groups are there. That is the reason you have to use one-way ANOVA. One-way ANOVA. Now, 5-6 points, let us talk about ANOVA. Many studies, they involve the comparison between more than 2 groups of subjects. If the outcome is categorical, like counting data, we use a chi-square test to compare the proportion. If the outcome is numerical, then we use ANOVA to compare the mean between the groups. Bhaiya, ANOVA kya hota hai? Analysis of variance. Analysis of variance. Who invented it? R.A. Fisher. R.A. Fisher. You can remember, fish will be multiple fish groups. So, इसलिए Fisher ने ANOVA discover किया. So now what are the assumptions when you are doing a ANOVA test? 3 basic assumptions. Number 1, it is a parametric test. That means you are assuming that the data is following normal distribution. There is a homogeneity of variance. And that population is being created with random sampling. That is what you have to understand. Very good to see 62 online students. Please please drop a line in your Facebook, WhatsApp and all the classmate groups that the live class has started, asking your friends to join. ANOVA can be one-way ANOVA, two-way ANOVA, three-way ANOVA. Suppose You are trying to study effect of socio-economic status on body mass index. अगर ज्यादा पैसे हुए तो मोटा होते, खाने के लिए पैसा नहीं है तो दुबला रहते. Is there any relation? You are trying to test. Only two variables you are testing, so one way ANOVA. You are trying to test age, socio-economic status, and also BMI. Then you will be using two-way ANOVA,